Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, Shelby, state of Tennessee. Today's date is Sunday morning, May the 7th, 2023. The time 9:45 a.m. First, say thank you to my fans, my support, for you continue to encourage support, continue to keep myself employed in Memphis, tri-state area, continue to further my education, moral cause online, continue to pursue my social research, being administrative, contract, market, present time, take a break. Going to school in the very near future. I'm gonna go back to moral college online, and I'm gonna continue to pursue my social career, then be administrative contract and market. Now, I'm gonna start my Facebook Live. Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, Shelby, state of Tennessee. Today's date is Sunday morning, May the 7th, 2023. The time 9:46 a.m. First, say thank you to my family, my support for your continued encouragement, support, continue to keep myself employed in Memphis, tri-state area, continue to further my education, moral college online, continue to pursue my social research, being administrative, contract, market, present time. Took a break, going to school in the very near future. I'm gonna go back to moral college online, continue to pursue my social research, being administrative, contract, and market. Now, what you see in front of you, anti-gang, anti-Gnostic, anti-hazing. Also, adversus heresies, translated mean against heresy. Saint Irenaeus, the Bishop of Lyons, together with Saint Ignatius, the Bishop of Antioch, together they wrote a 5-volume book refuting Gnosticism, as well as other heresies, proving that Gnosticism was a heresy. That was that Nagamon library of some leftover Gnostic writing that didn't get destroyed, that the little farm boy over there in Nagamon, Egypt found. That Nagamon, Egypt ain't nothing but some heretical writings that them Gnostic theologians write. It's a heresy. Also, Saint Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, in the year 367 AD, in his 39th festival letter, Easter letter, banned all non-Christian writing. That's what that Nagamon library is. Some non-Christian writing. Saint Irenaeus, the Bishop of Lyons, Saint Ignatius, the Bishop of Antioch. They refuted Gnosticism, proving that it was a heresy. That's what that Nagamon library is. It's a heresy. Saint Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, together with all the other bishops in the Catholic Church, that went around and collected all that Gnostic writing that them Gnostic theologians would write, and they went around and collected and destroyed it. Also, Saint Epiphanius of Salome, the Bishop of Cyprus, wrote a 3-volume book titled Panarian Greek, Panarian Latin. Translated mean bread basket. Scholars have also said that Saint Epiphanius of Salome, Bishop of Cyprus, 3-volume book is also adverse heresies against heresy. Now I got my fan blowing, so I ain't want to turn the air conditioner on just yet. You know, it's still springtime, and so I got my fan blowing. esoteric, and exoteric. Esoteric. Exoteric. Rejecting knowledge. Rejecting knowledge. Now I know I'm starting my video a little later on in the morning. Today is Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day, so I'm gonna say this because I don't have no intent on being long. So I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, being to the day that today is Happy Mother's Day. So again, Happy Mother's Day. The Almighty Vice Lord, Four Corner Hustler. The Almighty Black Prince Stone. The Almighty Black Disciples, Popping. The Almighty Mickey Cole, Cracking. The Bluefin, Black Disciple, the Black Disciples. The Lord Stone Disciples. 7-Eleven, G Killer. GD Killer. Glazed Donut Killer. See, them goofies been thinking they can get away for a few years, you know, for these years that they've been walking around since the 60s. They've been thinking that but as you can see, they ain't got away with nothing. See, them goofies, they ain't got away with nothing, man. Them glazed donuts, they ain't got away with nothing. They sitting around over there in Cabrini Green and And in certain, some of these other locations, you know, like over there in Jarrow City, they still over there trying to remember JoJo. It's gonna be some more you're gonna be trying to remember. You know, then over there where the OBNs be at, over there in Oakwood, doing the same thing, trying to walk around. Then over there, Motown, the Folly Boys, over there in Motown, where the Black Princestones be at. They doing the same thing, trying to hang around over there. And then in some other locations around the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, and then other parts of the state of Illinois, and then you got surrounding states, as well as in the city of Memphis as well. You got some individuals, some stupid individuals walking around, especially these hoes, walking around talking about they are gangster disciple, talking about they are insane gangster disciple. You know. Then you got some black gangster new breeds and all that. And then you got these what they call them, the Spanish gangster disciples. And so like I've been calling to tell you, you've been lying the whole time. And not just them. These sororities and fraternities, the sohos and the frat bitches, been going around lying, you know, with all this Western mystical tradition, Western esotericism. They've been lying. That's what that rejecting knowledge means. It's rejecting knowledge. And then you got the 1945 discovery of the Nag Hammadi Library, which ain't nothing but some leftover Gnostic writing. Some person or persons took some Gnostic writing that them Gnostic theologians were writing, wrapped it in some papyrus paper, put it in a jar, and buried it. Now, if you thought anybody was walking around looking for it, because St. Athanasius, the Bishop of Alexandria, and all the other bishops in the Catholic Church at that time, St. Athanasius banned all non-Christian writing. They went around and collected all that Gnostic writing that them Gnostic theologians were writing. They took it. They ain't asked nobody nothing. They went around and took it and destroyed it. You can't find it nowhere. Nowhere on this planet can you find any Gnostic writing. The so-called Nag Hammadi Library, you can't even find copies of that. Nowhere on this planet. Them the only copies. It's a heresy. Just like Protestantism. It's a heresy. It's a heresy. All that denominationalism, non-denominationalism, it's a heresy. The Church of Christ is a heresy. The Catholic Church is the one and only church. The Catholic Church is the one and only church. The Church of England is a heresy. The Catholic Church is the one and only church. All this lying, man. Just lying. Then you got to walk around like you got a badge of honor. Racism. Walking around with your chest stuck out. With like you got something to be proud of. Just go around lying. But like I said, today won't be one of them days that I really didn't put too much effort on time or nothing like that. So, like I said, I didn't put too much emphasis on time management. Because I just didn't really intend to, I wanted to still make my video, of course, but still, I didn't really put that much emphasis on time management like I do on, a lot of times I try to put my emphasis on time manage my time. Irregardless of what I'm doing in my everyday life, sometimes unexpected things can come up. I may intend to do anything, it may be in my intent to make my video, but like, hey, sometimes unexpected things can come up. I have to adjust. But like I said, today today is Mother's Day, and I don't really just intend on, putting, but I'm gonna get back into my rhythm and get back on my reading. I started reading on the book, The Timaeus, that Plato wrote, and really, include that in my reading as well. It's a very important book, a book that was written before the 1st century, and all this stuff about a demiurge and all this stuff about the material world and all this stuff, it's an important book to be familiar with, and to address these issues about some Gnostic, walking around trying to make these absurd claims, and when the only thing you've done is just took information from someone else and distorted it, just like you do with Catholicism, Catholic Church. You take the Holy Bible and distort verses out the Holy Bible and just distort it. There's no such thing as no Gnostic telling the truth. All you do is lie. That's all the Gnostics doing, lying. I don't even want to get into Islam. The only thing I'm going to say about Islam is this. When it comes to telling the truth and a lie, it's a good thing that St. Epiphanes of Salome, the Bishop of Cyprus, wrote the Panarium. Panarium Greek, Panarium Latin, for this reason. A lot of the information that he acquired came from other Catholics in various locations, which he did mention. A lot of the information he gave is not information that he had of his own, but it was information that he acquired from other Catholics, other bit about these groups of people, about a person or persons before the 1st century and after, during and after the 1st century, with all this stuff about God and making up religions, and a lot of this stuff about the so-called Gnostics. A lot of those people still walking around, including all these other making up religions, and talking about God and all this. And so when you talk about Islam, it shouldn't be any question in your mind about who was walking around at that time. It was a lot of people still walking around in various locations talking about religion and God and making up some kind of religion. So that goes right along with it. You have people walking around making up religions. It wasn't, it ain't like they just stopped, like the Nazis just stopped, as well as all the other ones. They just kept on making up religions. Then when they came around this Islam stuff, they just went around and proselytized as many people as they could. But not gonna spend too much time on that, but it just, when we come out, when we talk about how all these religions, it was still people walking around making up religions. So it's a good thing to have St. Epiphanes of Salome, the Bishop of Cyprus, 3-volume book, because it gives you an insight into all this stuff about religion and how these people were going around making up religions, lying, and victimizing men, women, and children, talking about God and gods. It's a very serious issue, very serious. Because when we talk about victimizing men, women, and children, that's a serious subject. Criminals, murdering people, all this is stuff about sacrifices, animal sacrifices, human sacrifices. You talking about people making up religion. That's a serious, serious issue. Very serious. So like I said, today gonna be one of them days where, like I said, I didn't put too much time on, I didn't put that much emphasis on time management. But and I really didn't, since I didn't put no emphasis on time, and I don't have no intention of doing my reading. But my next video, I'm putting more emphasis on time management, and I do intend to get back to my reading. I'm just gonna have to include reading the Timaeus. It might be one sentence, because the Timaeus is a long book. But it's important. I want to make sure that people see that I'm familiar with that book. It's important that people see that when Eric read, when I know about it, I know about that book, you should know about it. If I know about it, and it's that important, if it's that important that Eric included the Timaeus in my reading, it's important. If I know about it, you should know about it. And the reason why I know about it, it should be the same reason for you. You ain't got no business walking around talking about no nagging my library, talking about no demiurge, talking about no material world is evil. You ain't got no business doing that, because I'm going to tell you this. When I know about it, just I can summarize it and get straight to the point. Get straight to the point. Now, it might come out, sound kind of parental guidance, but I'm going to tell you this. Horse playing, that's something you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do that. That's something you shouldn't do, because you're going to provoke me. You shouldn't do that. And I don't like being provoked, because I don't like holding back. I don't. Just talking about some glazed donuts and talking about you a Gnostic. God damn it, that's the main reason. I ain't going to take it. I'm not going to take it. Talking about no damn goofy walking around talking about you a Gnostic. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because it was wrong. You ain't going to never get away. Never. You ain't going to never get away. God damn it, I'm going to kill you. And I mean that. I'm going to kill you. That's what I've been mad about the whole damn time. I've been mad. I'm going to still be mad. And God damn it, I ain't going to take it. I ain't going to take it. And I mean that. I ain't going to take it. You ain't going to never tell me you're a damn Gnostic. You're a damn lie. Because I'm going to kill you. And I mean it. I'm going to kill you. Walking your ass around in Chicago, you better thank God that Eric down here in Memphis, Tennessee. Because I was up there in Chicago, goddamn, your ass would be dead. You'd be dead. I love my dad. And I love my mom. I ain't going to take disrespect. I ain't going to take it. I ain't taking shit off no bitches on no street. I ain't going to take it. I love my dad. And I love my mom. Chester Johnson Jr., my dad, and Annabelle Johnson, my mom. I love my dad and I love my mom. Ain't nobody going to say that to me. That you walking your ass around trying to use no nag my library. Hell no. No. That's the reason why I do. That's the very reason why I do. To make sure that what you did was wrong, and I ain't gonna take it. I ain't gonna take it. See, the conservative vice lords in Chicago, when they see my video sitting there and they hear me talking the way I'm talking, they know it's wrong. The dirty sheets and the wailing sheep, it was wrong. It's wrong. That's the reason why I'm familiar with the Timmy's. And you should too. Because it's wrong. You ain't got no business walking around saying nothing like that. Nobody. Just like out there in Los Angeles, California. The Black Princeton Bloods. Don't no motherfucker got no business walking around talking about they ain't no damn Nazi. They talking about you started a gang out there, talking about the Crip gang blood. I ain't gonna take it. Straight to the point. I ain't gonna take it. I'm not taking it. You ain't gonna tell me nothing about no damn demiurge. They talking about no material world. I ain't gonna take it. Straight to the point. Gonna get your goddamn ass killed. I'm gonna kill, cause I'm gonna kill you. You ain't gonna never say that. Never. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. You ain't get away with lying. You don't get away with lying and trying to horseplay with other people. No. No. You don't get away with lying. You ain't gonna get away with talking about you trying to play with the conservative vice lord. No. No, you ain't gonna never do that. You ain't gonna never get away with talking about you trying to horseplay with the conservative vice lord. Now you may have thought you had a little time to horseplay. But I'm telling you, like us, playtime over, man. Playtime over. You ain't gonna never get away walking your ass around in Chicago. Never. Never. We're going to get all this straight now. Talking about the my peoples and the folks. We're going to get it all straight now. We're going to get it all straight now. We're going to make sure we know who folks and who my people. We're going to know. Because first of all, that nagging my library, talking about you're a Nazi, talking about some demiurge, talking about some material world. No, that's over. That's over. From this point on, that's over. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. See, I was ready for one thing today is to make it clear. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. I got my money. See, I'm ready. See, playtime over. Playtime over. It ain't no such thing as no demiurge. It ain't no such thing. It's no material world being evil. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. I'm ready. I'm ready. See? Playtime over, man. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. See, talking about lying, you ain't get away with lying. The dirty sheiks and the wailing sheeples. They was right. They ain't gonna never be forgotten. The dirty sheiks and the wailing sheeples. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. That's what it's about, man. Playtime over. Ain't no such thing as walking your ass around in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois. No. Talking about you a gangster of cyber? No. You ain't gonna never get away. Never. Never. You ain't gonna never get away. No, you ain't gonna get away. See, when I do the things I do, I'm making it clear. There ain't no getting away. Conservative Vice Lord, when I leave my video, when they hear me talking, they know it's one person walking around outside the city of Chicago, affiliated, associated with Vice Lord. And when they hear me talking, they know playtime over, man. From this point on, playtime over, man. That's over. That's over. You've been lying the whole time. And lying. The dirty sheets and the wailing sheep were good men and women. Good men and women. The early 1900s, the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. A lot of men and women, young men and women at these historically black colleges and universities started going to college because of the hard work of the Freedmen's Bureau. The Reconstruction Bill. Men and women coming up to the city of Chicago from various locations, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, even Oklahoma, even places like Florida, Georgia, coming up to the city of Chicago from Missouri, Kentucky, coming up to the city of Chicago, coming up to the state of Illinois and surrounding states. In the city of Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. Trying to help other black/African Americans. Coming up to the city of Chicago. Looking for a better life. The dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. They will not be forgotten. all the hard work that the dirty sheets and the well and she was put in will not be forgotten. Won't be forgotten. The dirty sheets and the well and she was. They put it down. They should have never been disrespected by a bunch of cowards, lying, talking about some nagging my library, talking about some damn demiurge, the material world, lying. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is being revitalized. You don't get away with lying. You ain't gonna get away with lying. It ain't nowhere to run and where to hide. You ain't gonna never get away with lying. Never. See, we're going to get all this straightened out about who folks and who my people. We're going to get it straightened out. Because we know one thing. Ain't no such thing no gangster disciple. Ain't no such thing no insane gangster. It ain't no such thing no Spanish gangster or any kind of gangster site. It ain't no such thing. You ain't going to never get away. Never. 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 Nowhere in the city of Chicago, nowhere in the state of Illinois. No. No. It ain't nothing to talk about. It ain't no ain't nothing to talk about. Nothing. Should have never got away this damn long. Never. Never. But I promise you ain't gonna never get away. From this day forward, you ain't gonna never get away. Never. Because I know conservative vice lord walking around, and I know damn well it's some more walking around. It's some more vice lord. They just as fucking mean as I am. And they ain't gonna go either. They ain't gonna go. They ain't gonna take it. You can't hold me back. And I ain't trying to hold nobody back either. Straight to the point. You ain't gonna never get away. Never. I said, I didn't intend to be. When I made my video there, I didn't really intend to put too much time and emphasis on my reading, but I do intend to get back on time managing and get my reading back in. And
pronouncenames.com.
talk a lot about this book that Plato wrote. And it was written in 360 BC. So I'm continuing to look at the pronunciation. It's good to have a YouTube video. You know, to begin with, you have to know how to properly pronounce the title of the book. Now, see, it's good to have a YouTube video because it says something about the pronunciation. It's a Greek name, and it gives you at least two pronunciations, both close. One of them put more emphasis on the tie. Then the other one is Tamius.
This book by Greek philosopher Plato, we're going to be looking at how to pronounce more interesting Greek names as well, so make sure to stay tuned and then consider subscribing for more learning. There are two different ways of saying it.
You can say Timaeus, 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 or Timaeus.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this book by Greek philosopher Plato. We're going to be looking at how to pronounce more interesting Greek names as well, so make sure to stay tuned and then consider subscribing for more learning. There are two different ways of saying it. Either Timaeus,
Timaeus
being closer to the original Greek pronunciation. Timaeus in English, however, it is often pronounced as Timaeus,
Timaeus,
or Timaeus,
Timaeus, or Timaeus.
And now you know. Here are more videos on how to pronounce more interesting.
Only reason I put that up there because it was so many answers came back that, but as long as you see the name of the book, and then on your own, you can go to one of those selections. Because when you put it in the search bar, you get all the answers back, and then you can just pick whichever one you want to read from. But you'll know the book we're talking about, and then you get your pronunciation. Go to a YouTube video that'll help you with your pronunciation of the title of the book. So like I said, I began working on this book. I'm gonna get back into my reading on my next video. Didn't intend to really just spend as much time on my video today. I didn't put too much emphasis on time management, so but I still wanted to make my video and just get into more into this book. My pronunciation was Timaeus or Timaeus, you know, but that's what I want to continue to do, get my reading in, and include in my reading this book. It's important. It's important. That's the reason why I want to include in my reading. So when I do that, I'll be in order and including my time management. That's what I'm trying to do. Get my time management right. But I want to make sure that in my video, when I do my reading, I include the book Timaeus in my book, or Timaeus in my reading. And I'm looking forward to the day when Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is in operation, and I know it's coming. Like the step-by-step process, and in that process, you're going to need money. See, Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. It's going to be revitalized. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is going to be revitalized. And it's going to need money. It's going to take money. So I'm ready, and everybody else should be ready. Cause see, all that nonsense talking about some demiurge and talking about some material world, I already addressed that. So that's over. That's over. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated gonna need money, and I'm ready. So it's a step-by-step process. So we're gonna get, let's get this thing going, and let's get on some business, on this business. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. Like I said, I'm ready, because you're gonna need money. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated gonna need money. So and see, like I said, that's the thing about being folks and my people. See, it ain't no reason for you to sit around and think like that don't include the folks and the my people, because they do. For this reason, the dirty sheiks and the wailing sheepers. You can't lie. Straight to the point. You can't lie. You can't take what the dirty sheiks and the wailing sheepers put down and lie then come behind them and think you can take everything that they done, like being in Chicago and all this work that they put in, building, putting down Imperial chaplains and putting down the 14th Street Clover, then behind it, then you think you can come behind the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. All the relations that they had with other people. You can't come behind the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep and just disregard the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. You can't do that. All these people, families outside the city of Chicago, you can't disregard the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. You're going to acknowledge and you're going to recognize the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep for the contributions that they made. The good that they did. The positive things that they tried to do for black/African Americans as well as all human beings. For all people. See, that's the reason why when it comes to all this about the folks, and there might be a lot of people wouldn't even be in Chicago if it weren't for the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. So when Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated becomes operational, it includes the folks and the my people. Because see, a lot of them, it's a good thing to have a YouTube video. Because when you hear when you see the history of a lot of these so-called street gangs and things, isn't it? How they and how they got started. A lot of these guys ain't nothing but a bunch of some little guys that were just in the neighborhoods. Some of these little Puerto Rican guys, some of these little Mexican guys, all the way up to Chicago. The Almighty Brazers, some Mexican guys living in Chicago. La Raza, same thing. They were just some little kids, some young kids in junior high school, just hanging out. Even some of these little white guys. That's all these guys were, just kids, man. They just little kids. Little children running around in the neighborhoods. Just like Edwin Pipolo Perry, just a little kid. Him and some of his little friends, the burglars, committing burglaries, juvenile delinquents. Some little kids. Jeff Ford, just a little kid getting in trouble. Not going to school, being truant. Little juvenile delinquents. Little David Bosdale, him and his little neighborhood friend, some little kids. See, it's good to have a YouTube video when you see how all these little gangs got started. They all pretty much have the same history. Just some little kids in a little neighborhood hanging out together. So when it comes to the Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated, pretty much had the same history. Some little kids being juvenile delinquents. Spray paint on the wall and all that kind of stuff. Just hanging out. It's a lot of things that people have done. All this about shooting and killings and murders and things of this nature. And about who right and who wrong and all that. But one thing you're not going to do is lie. And that's what that gangster disciple is, a lie. You're not going to go around trying to lie then, but because of the lie, you think you can victimize men, women, and children. No. See, everybody don't have everybody don't have the same history. And again, you're not going to disregard the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. You got all these men and women in the early 1900s at the historical black college university. Before the discovery of the Nagamon Library, a lot of the influence on the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep, it was because the sororities and fraternities. That's who the dirty sheets and wailing sheep was. Telling people to come up to Chicago, the Chicago Defender. Well, who? A common sense. Who is it that at the Chicago Defender with education, with a newspaper? And who is it with education that the Chicago Defender selling newspapers to? Who can read? Who know how to read? To be sending newspaper down to Memphis, Tennessee. From Chicago. Telling people in the city of Memphis to come to Chicago. Who know how to read down here in the early 1900s to be telling people to come up to Chicago? You got to have education. At least a basic education, know how to read. See, that's what the Freedmen's Bureau did with public education. Not saying that it was equal, but still, at that time, we can't say it was equal. Jim Crow. Separate. Not gonna never say it was equal. But it was some black / African American who had education, or at least has ability to read, some kind of way. Because spell your name, write your name. But coming up to the city of Chicago, the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep, some black men, black women at these historical black colleges and universities with education, as well as whites. So that's the thing that you don't overlook. So again, when it comes to all this stuff about some folks and my people, there ain't gonna be no sitting wasting time trying to get into an argument. Just don't lie. Stop worrying about that nagging my library. Ain't talking about some damn demiurge. Ain't talking about some material world. Read the book that Plato wrote way back in BC sometime. Read that book. That'll help you. Because according to that book, just to summarize, Now I'm gonna just get to a quick summary, just to get to the point. Now I'm over here on Wikipedia, just to get to a quick point. Now I'm over here on Wikipedia again. Now I'm gonna scroll down where it says purpose of the universe. Timaeus continues with an explanation of the creation of the universe, which he ascribes to the handiwork of a divine craftsman, the demiurge, being good, wanted there to be as much good as was the world. The demiurge is said to bring order out of substance by imitating an unchanging and eternal model, paradigm. The anarchy, often translated as necessity, was the only other coexisting element or present in Plato's cosmogony. Later, Platonists clarified that the eternal model existed in the mind of the demiurge. Stop right there. Don't go no further. Getting to the point. That's the point we want to get to. That whoever these people is talking about some Gnosticism, you took information and distorted it. So, conservative vice lords and other vice lords, black Prince Stones, black disciples, black soul, Latin souls, and boss pimps, folks, my people. See, that's the point we want to get to. Is that the Gnostics distorted information. They take the Holy Bible and distort it. If you got a recipe at home on how to cook scrambled eggs, they'll distort your recipe. You can't even watch a TV show on how to cook without the damn Gnostics taking the damn recipe and distorting it. You can't do nothing with them damn Gnostics because they distort any and everything. They lie. That's what they do. They lie. That's what all this stupid stuff going on with all this anal sex. Because you try to claim that God said. You distort information. So like I said, when it comes to conservative vice lord, when it comes to folks and my people, when conservative vice lord incorporated become operational, it's not going to be like you not this and you not that. Because we're going to get that cleared up. And the first thing we're going to make it clear that so-called GD, no. Absolutely not. Because it's going to be too much animosity, first of all, when it comes to talking about what somebody did, what somebody didn't do and all that. What you said, it's too much animosity. Too much. I ain't trying to hold nobody back because you can't hold me back. It's too many other folks that want to kill their ass too. It's too many of my people that want to kill their ass. Too many. Inside Chicago as well as outside Chicago. So, like I said, just got you straight to the point. Whatever you thought you was getting away with, trying to use the Nagamine library, you ain't getting away with nothing. You ain't gonna never get away. Never. Never. And then of course, man, you already know. Look, we gonna be real. We're gonna be true, man. You know, doggone well, no drug gang. See, these are things that we gonna already, you know, and I'm just talking about it, but you know, doggone well, man. First of all, I don't even use drugs, and the reason I don't, because I know it's not good for you. I'm not no addict. I ain't trying to be addicted to nothing. I'm talking about marijuana, anything else you can come up, and all this other stuff that you keep bringing up. People trying to come across the border. All these addictive drugs. Now you got the opioids and all this. Man, look, it ain't nowhere in the world you can have Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated become operational and you got a bunch of drug addicts sitting around. Come on, man. You already know. You already know it ain't gonna work. You already know it ain't gonna work. It's just like a damn alcoholic. It ain't gonna work. You can't do it, man. You can't do it when it comes to addiction, alcohol, and drugs. You can't do it. You can't even smoke sick. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you spending all your money on cigarettes. But that's just being real. That's being true. You spend all your money on cigarettes because you're addicted to nicotine. That's being real. That's being true. Then, I mean, you know, the objective of Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is not to be negative, but to be positive. So when it comes to crime in general, we already know, you know, you got to be real, you got to be true. I mean, you know, we know in the court of law, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. We already know that. We already know when we see the scale of justice. This worldwide. This is not just here in America, but this is a worldwide thing. This civil rights, human rights, this justice is blind. The scale is even, not tilted. The scale of justice is even. It's got to be fair. That's being real. That's being true. I mean, you know, we see it all the time on TV talking about some dirty cops. We got to be real. You got to be true. That doesn't, you know, that being real, that's being true. What you gonna say? Then we got things like mental health. We see things being reported on the news, heartbreaking things that happen. Mental health. But I mean, you know, that's being real, that's being true. People have mental health issues. Autism. And we can go on bipolar. People being depressed. People being hyper, things like that. Mental health, you know, it's heartbreaking things that we see on the news. Heartbreaking, I'm talking about heartbreaking. Because somebody got a mental health, you know, and next thing you know, you hear about an incident. But we got to be real, we got to be true. We know that people have mental health issues. An incident can happen at any time, any place. But see, that's what it means to be when Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated become operational. You got to, you know, these are things that crime, somebody mismanaged the money. See, these are things that become who got to say on this and who got to say on that. But see, you got to be real. You got to be true. So, I mean, like I said, go back to the same about drugs, you know damn well. That's not even a consideration. Because you got to be real. You got to be true. You can't be a drug dealer. And you can't be no doggone drug addict and drug user. You got to be real. You got to be true. I mean, you know, drink alcohol. I mean, every time it's a wedding. Every time a sister and brother get married, I'm over there. Toast. To the groom and bride. Then next week, it's a note. Now, but hey, you know, hey, you got to be real. You got to be true. You're not going to be speaking against Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. We speaking for Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. You can't sit around and try to say it ain't no place. There's always a place for Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated. It's too many people. If it weren't for the Conservative Vice Lord, a lot of these other people wouldn't even be able to do the things they do. So, like I said, Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is becoming. It's not a dream. It's not. I wish. No, it's not a wish. It's just addressing some of the things that's the thing need to be addressed. This so-called Nazi stuff. And when I address it, see the Conservative Vice Lord in the city of Chicago, they already know what I'm talking about. They know what time it is, man. They know that's a dead issue. And it's going to be animosity. There's going to be a whole lot of animosity. So it ain't no need to worry about trying to hold nobody back. Because not only in the city of Chicago, but well outside the city of Chicago, see, it's going to be animosity. Because, see, it was wrong. It's wrong. You did a whole lot of people wrong. It's just like you can talk about the war in Ukraine. It's the same thing. A bunch of so-called people with education went outside the United States of America, whereas, you know, people with education contacting other people and trying to use the Nagamata Library to victimize men, women, and children, to be destructive, to be self-destructive, destroying wildlife, nature, and the environment, destroying the North and South Pole. See, it's wrong. It's wrong. Not gonna never forget the dirty sheets and the wailing sheep. Not gonna forget. Now I'm gonna get ready to end today's video. I gotta read a newspaper on the war in Ukraine. But again, before I end today's video, to make it perfect, make it clear, man. Make it clear. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated need money. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated need money. See, I'm ready. It can be $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100. The point is, it can be a penny, it can be a nickel, a quarter. You know what I'm saying? It's money. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated need money. See, this is serious. This ain't no, it ain't no wish. This is not just a dream. This is reality. So it's time to put that reality to make it happen. Let's get it operating. Let's get it operating. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated is coming back. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated will be revitalized. It's coming. And it's going to need money. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated need money. I'm ready. It can be a penny. It can be a nickel. It can be a dime. It can be a quarter. It can be $1 bill, $5, a $10 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill, $100 bill. Conservative Vice Lord Incorporated need money. Esoteric and exoteric. Esoteric. Exoteric. Rejecting knowledge. Rejecting knowledge. So like I said, I gotta find me a newspaper before I end my video. Find me a Russian newspaper. See that war in the Ukraine? Just like we've been talking about. This so-called demiurge, this Nagamata library, this Gnostic right? See, that's what it is. People in academia. You can see it all around the world. criminals trying to use the Nagamine library for influence. I'm going to go straight to the TASS Russian news agency. There ain't too much saying. I've been seeing a lot of, recently, there's been some things on CNN and Fox, and then, by this being the month of May, and but like I said, by this being the month of May, and you know, the May Day festivities in Russia and things of this nature. So that's about, you know, much as you can get on the war in Ukraine. But like I said, as for any drastic change, there hasn't been any drastic change. Then another piece of news is that the Wagner Group. Yeah, there's been some controversy, you know, somewhat about this Wagner Group and how, you know, the leader of that group saying that the Russian military didn't provide ammunition and he lost some fighters. But you know, the thing about the TASS Russian news, that you see all this stuff that the United States government is giving weapons to Ukraine. You see how the Russians are destroying. They destroying a lot. They killing a lot of Ukrainian servicemen being killed. But it's the equipment that the United States, as well as NATO, giving them, is being destroyed by the Russians. It's being destroyed. Matter of fact, I just got through talking about it, but let me read this one little article. It's pretty much basically about that same thing. Was it May 6th? That was yesterday. Military operation in Ukraine. And the title of the article is Russian forces take control over 90% of Artyomov. That's that Bakhmut area. Now it says here the Wagner PMC founder also said he had no ambition of leaving his mark as the person that took Artyomov. And let me see here. It says Russian forces control over 90% of Artyomov, which is Bakhmut, and the remaining 5% have no influence on the progress of the special military operation. Wagner PMC founder Yevgeny Prigozhin said almost 95% of the city territory has been captured in Artyomov to date. The remaining 5% do not play any role for the so-called development of progress in the march of the Red Army further to the west. 2 square kilometers do not influence the progress of the military operation at all, he said, cited by the Prigozhin's press office in his Telegram channel. Said nobody communicated with him about the shortage of ammunition. Prigozhin said the personnel of Wagner PMC will be preserved for the next operation in the interest of Russia, he noted. The Wagner PMC founder also said he had no ambitions of leaving his mark as the person that took Artyomov. I have ambition to be of service to our nation and state, he added. So, like I said, when it comes to this, I just read one article and pretty much sums it up. But like I said, when it comes to how it all started, people in academia using that nagging my library, criminals. And when it comes to that nagging my library, talking about some narcissism, when you read the Timaeus or Timaeus talking about the demiurge, see, the Nazis be lying. They be lying. They lie about any and everything. So like I said, I'm going to get ready to end today's video. And again, before I end today's video, you know, today is Mother's Day. And want to wish all the mothers and all, just want to say Happy Mother's Day to any and everybody. Happy Mother's Day. And again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, Shelby, state of Tennessee. Thank all my family, my support for your continued courage support. I always put God first. I always thank God for all the blessing and guidance that God provides us all with. And thank God for our Holy Bible. There's only one church, the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox Catholic Church, the Oriental Orthodox Catholic Church, the one and only church. Scripture and tradition. And until my next video, you know, you take care of yourself. Wish each and every one of you the very best.